I'm here with Carlos Fu of Macau-China Sim Racing Association. So, do understand that we have just completed the first season of GT racing at Sim Racers Asia. I would just like to thank yourself and the Macau-China Sim Racing Association for all the support that you guys have shown, not just this past season, but also for the past couple of seasons, and also all the way back to, wow, it's been a few years, right, since 2015 that you
Yeah,
guys have been around with us.
yeah, true. We've been a long time already with Hefstar already.
What do you think of the racing that has taken place this past season? Because I understand that this past season the competition has kind of ramped up a little bit compared to last time, and we did see the presence of various fast drivers from in and outside of Asia. And so, do you think you can provide us your opinions on how the race season went so far? You know, from a spectator's point of view, from a participation point of view, and just your thoughts in general.
Yeah, sure. It was nice to see SRA coming back hosting a season, and we saw a lot of racers responding to the call. We saw some talented new drivers and also an improvement of others that we raced before. There are always a lot of things to improve around, you know. For example, the race formats, two sprint races instead of 145 minutes race, well, is debatable which is better, and so we could continue to discuss later on in the community side. Maybe two race formats works better for determinate classes and not so for GT cars. Other aspects is the need to suspend the races during festive seasons. This is the essential because festive seasons loads of people is going for travels or family days, so there will be getting less drivers to join in. And most important is giving out prizes or trophies, so everyone is fighting for something else.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do understand. Because Asia is rather multicultural, and of course, with this multicultural environment that we're in, there are a
True.
lot of different holidays with different, people from different countries, different places. So it is something that
Yeah.
we can keep in mind in order to better accommodate everyone
True. True.
who kind of makes Sim Racers Asia what it is. So
Yeah.
no, I'd also like to ask because understand that you've been MCSRA has been prolific in the community, but at the same time that there may be also to the guys out there who may not be familiar with what MCSRA does or
Yeah.
their
Okay.
presence in the community. So yeah, could you just
Mhm.
share with us?
Yeah, sure. MCSRA is as known as Macau-China Sim Racing Association. Was founded to first group everyone who enjoys sim racing, and by there develop into a community where together we push up the local sim racing level, and mostly to be easier for everyone help each other to improve the skills and organizing events. And MCSRA wants to keep growing its members number, and now it is targeting into organizing some championships to make stronger ties between the local and international sim racers and teams.
From the last time that we caught up with each other was back in mid to late 2017, I think. So it's close to 2 years since
Yes.
we've last talked about the developments that have been going on. So, Carlos, do you think you can
Hmm.
perhaps update us on maybe certain changes that or new developments that have been taking place, be it you guys, be it with you guys' involvement, or maybe just developments trends in general in sim racing in Macau and the region.
Well, with development, we're trying to, let's say this year been starting. We're trying to show more about. We share more on in the more multimedia areas such as FB, IGs, or else, and some drivers are uploading their live streaming. So this is the way that we can use the multimedia to attract the other peoples all the time to let them see and understand about what is sim racing, and uh, try to attract them to join in. So this year we've been putting. more effort on the drivers live streaming, sharing more uh, races on live, and on other side of community also that there's a loads of platforms around, so we also will try to share more uh, in the multimedia pages.
Understand. Of course, it is always heartening to understand, to discover that the interest is growing in especially that region, because it is always imperative that we move forward and to continue to develop sim racing and to get the best out of this whole interest that we so love and know. Now, I do
Yes.
understand that the Macau sim racing team, the team that is tied to the association,
Yes.
has been involved in competitions elsewhere as well. Apart from Sim Racers Asia, you guys have. I do understand that you guys do take part in events and competitions that make up, part of the whole experience package, I guess.
Mhm.
In the best of what sim racing offers, in the sense that, maybe regional series like the ETCC, I believe, over in
Yes,
Macau,
yes, it
Hong
was a
Kong.
ETCC and something like that. Because, well, Macau Sim Racing Team, of course, is a tie of Macau-China Sim Racing Associations. It's a local team of experienced sim racers. They've been growing to, and we have a close relationship because some drivers are also members of the board of Macau-China Sim Racing Association, which is MCSRA. And Macau sim racing team have been active in iRacing for all the special events, and some drivers race in IR championships. Also, it is active in regional race room championships, and they are just everywhere. MCSRA is there to help them find more championship. I mean, the base of MCRA is we will try to help drivers to find their suitable championship, or they want to join the championship, and whatever they need. So yeah, we've been Macau Sim Racing team has been uh, joining loads of races, not only internationally but nationally. What we call nationally is between Macau, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. So we will keep on going. Our driver will keep on going to join more and more different platform races to drive through this sim racing activities around the globe.
Absolutely understanding that the relationship between MCRSI as well as Sim Racers Asia does exist, and I do find that it is a relationship that us here at Sim Racers Asia treasure a lot. Uh, we do appreciate that you guys do support whatever it is that we do. So would you like to perhaps, maybe if you have anything to comment about the relationship between both of our entities, and
Well, sure.
perhaps.
MCSRA always we do support to Sim Racing Association, as we've been they've been organizing loads and loads of races before since 2017, right? 16. We've been started up all together and we grow up together, and we will see what support that we can be help each other in between and to make everything in a win-win situations.
We absolutely appreciate that, Carlos. Now, understanding that sim racing in general in the region has come quite far. 2019, if you compare it to 4 years ago, 2015, and maybe even before that.
Sure.
How do you think? What do you think? What are the kind of approaches that MCSRA, the association, has towards the future of sim racing in perhaps in Macau? Understanding that things may evolve, or rather will evolve and develop further as we go, as we go towards into the future.
Right now, we didn't have any projects yet, but I believe MCSRA can group up everything. This is our target, I can say, but we'll try to group up every single sim racing team and drivers, and by their organized championships, and help the team step into international stage. And who knows, witnessing as a member team or drivers step into professional sim racing or even into motorsports from sim to reality.
That is the key word, right? From sim to reality, because that
Yeah,
the
that's
relationship
our
between
slogan.
absolutely the relationship between sim and and real racing is just so important, isn't it? I do understand that in the past you as you mentioned from sim to reality. I think in the past perhaps the Macau Grand Prix I do understand perhaps you guys may
Well,
have
yeah,
had
there's
some
some
involvement.
drivers. There are some sim racers. I can tell that they've been playing sim before and have been go through to reality. As previously, we got a driver from Hong Kong, which joined our team before for a year, and then he have been raced in TCR in Macau race. So he was from virtual to reality. And this year we heard some more driver who, a few of them I think, uh, are from the sim racing and jump into for reality racing, and now is competing some road classes racing like WTCR or Macau Grand Prix, some 2000 cc stages.
That's great to
That's
hear.
the way
Excellent.
that we want to uh, show to people and let people knows that Sims it can do it to reality. The basic knowledge you need to go through from Sim, then you go to reality is a different story. And actually, the driver that been joining this time the competition is Siu Heng. He got a point for Macau already, and he got a podium finish as well. There is one is from WTCR,
Wow,
and the other
really?
one is 1.6 1006, I mean 1600 cc's category, and which they have been podium finish.
Oh, that's just amazing, man.
Yeah, so that's why this can be make well juniors to make their, I mean, teenager to make a dream come true as well.
Absolutely, the road to real racing. I think,
Yeah.
I guess one of the goals of sim racing is just that, because sim racing kind of lowers the barrier even further than karting is that, but sim racing is that much more accessible, and I think we are coming to a stage where many organizations are already seeing kind of the relevance sim racing has towards racing
Yeah,
in real
well,
life.
sim racing is the starting point for real racing, the basic of the real racing, no matter for GT class or for karting, as you said. That's essential to have a basic knowledge what is racing and how it starts. This is also is MCSRA what it needs to be, what we're going, we are not what we are doing to developing, to let people know that, oh, that's actually works. Oh, that's we know at least how to overtake, when we can overtake, every single about racing thing, racing lines. It helps a lot and a lot.
Sure, it does absolutely.
Even
And
though we have been few a month before that, before the Thailand Buriram GT race, well, Macau professional driver Andre Koto has been come up my place and just have a test before race. So he
oh,
driving the
nice.
RA, and he just came up and did a practice here. And in fact, we have been chit chat because I knew him for a long time, and we got some chit chat. And he said that that's very, very essential for a driver nowadays. So they can recognize the track at least, and then they know a bit about the cars. And actually, sim the car is more sensitive than the real car. So it will be a great practice for them.
That's a great good perception. You do always want the sim to be just that little bit more difficult. So when you drive the real thing, it'll be a bit more conservative. Am I right to say that?
True, true.
Right. Carlos, we could go on more, but perhaps we can save some of the real racing conversations for the next time we meet. Perhaps, hopefully, when we do so, because I mean, I would love, I would look forward to more conversations on sim and reality, because I do understand that motor racing is a big thing in Macau as opposed to motor racing elsewhere in Asia. and
True.
sim racing will also have to follow suit in time to come. With every organization as they begin, as they start out, and along their journey to come to where they are at this point, and maybe relevant to yourself, where you guys are now at this stage. Perhaps along the way there may have been partners who you've worked with, or anyone that have come to benefit you guys. So, are there any of such organizations that you would like to give a shout out to?
Well, for the organization, I think the only one is SimRacer Asia. We're looking every time forward to support. We do all the support to this Asia Racing, who SRA is making a fantastic job. But of course, we need to develop. We need to join in all the development, like how to make it better races, or else things to make Asia more shining on the sim racing area.
Absolutely. In time to come, I'm sure there'll be opportunities where, you know, things like these will have to be worked on. It's not if, but it's a matter of when. Because sim racing has become such a big thing elsewhere. It does have to catch up in our region. Carlos, I hope you've had a great week. I hope you've been having a good week all week long, and I'd just like to thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you so
time.
much, man. It's
Yeah,
good.
man.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Good to talk to you. Any matter, just give it a shout. Anyone's need help in regards of the sim, MCSRA members always ready to giving a hand on.